Hey guys, you're here with me, Jen the Taxidermy Witch, and I want to show you what we're up to for Yule DIYs, okay? So we've got two different kinds of ornaments that I've made by hand with just a couple of things. Some chicken's feet, some nail polish, some ribbon, and some colored wire, okay? The colored wire I fetched at the dollar store. And the ribbon I fetched at the dollar store. The nail polish. This red was actually done with a paintbrush felt Sharpie because I didn't have the right shade of bright red that I wanted. I only had a darker maroon shade and it didn't look Yule enough. So literally, this only has one coat. A second coat will probably make it nicer and darker. But this has literally turned out okay, and it was just a Sharpie. These nails, they really grab onto color. And I do the underside of the nail too, so that from the back side you can also see the red. Because I think that, especially when it flips around on the tree, it's nice to see that color on both sides. And then for the green, this is a dollar store an LA Colors brand. It's just nothing special. But it is in a glass container, which I can use later for Witchcraft if I can figure out how to clean out. And it's just a thin nail polish, so I use a few coats on there, real thick coats, like you can see. And I didn't do them thin at all, I just dried them in front of a fan in order to get this vibrant green color like that out of an inexpensive nail polish, okay? So again, these ribbons are from the dollar store. Everything here is from the dollar store except the chicken's feet. And I've done many videos on how to dry chicken's feet. So I use a dehydrator, and you can place them in any position you want them to be. If you want them to be flat out, dry them flat out. If you want them to do this, dry them like that. If you want them to do this, dry them like that. If you want them to do this, you can dry them like that. Well, they only have 4, but you get what I'm saying. So yeah, I mean, you can dry it in a really crazy curled up fist, all these different ways. But for the ornaments, I tend to just let them, this one kind of curls its fingers out like this, which is kind of cool and creepy. But let me show you how to make one. You can do them in any color you like, really. It doesn't have to be Yule or Christmas colors, but Yule and Christmas colors tend to be the same. I wonder why. Well, it's a holiday that's been around for quite some time, way before it was called Christmas, way before it was, even before it was called Yule. It was called the Yule goat. So yeah, it's been Yule most of the time. Well, anyway, let's talk about how to get this ornament done. This is the one that I have with green nails, so I do the thread red. But I have red, I don't have any green wire, so I just was able to do good enough with the red wire. Now, first off, at the base of the chicken's foot, just find like the skinniest part before it branches up into this leg and try and tie your wire around that bit. Take the wire, and get it till it's about like that. So you have maybe an inch, and then the rest is hanging off here. And you want to point this open part toward the inside of the hand, because we're going to do this twisting on the inside of the hand so that the outside looks pretty, okay? So the inside or the back of the hand. Not the back of the hand, but the back of the ornament. And I'm twisting like this. And I'm only letting this short piece twirl around the other piece, okay? So with this piece, I'm just holding it there while I'm twisting this around it. Do you see how that goes? I'm not actually twisting this piece, just going around. And if I had a better camera, we might be able to focus. There we go. You see what's going on there. Does not have to be perfect whatsoever. It's all going to be covered up by ribbon. Okay. Now, take this and just get it as tight as you can to that. And now we're going to make our loop because we've got, it's holding on, right? So now we need to make our loop. And you can make it as big as you like. I normally make mine about this big. But you can make them as big as you want, you know. To me, that's usually good enough to get onto at least the end of a branch, you know. This kind of looks like the shape of an air balloon. And then you take your wire, and again, we're wrapping it around to kind of create like a noose in a sense. Or what would look like a noose. No symbolism there, I just don't know what else is tied like this per se. It's harder when you're trying to do it for the camera, to be quite honest. I just made all these and had no hiccups, and now I'm like, Urgh! So I'm just going to try and do it as organically as possible. What happened? Huh. No idea what happened there. So now, if you've got extra, you can cut that away. And with good wire, you'll need wire cutters. I was able to use scissors with this. So with cheap wire, you can use scissors apparently. So I will have to say that this is the poorest looking out of all of the 10 that I made. And I'm sorry you saw the poorest one, but at least we're going to get it done. So we've got all the ties, the knots on the palm side, okay? And now we're going to take the ribbon and cover up all of this. Well, it happened. It got to the first point in the video where I forgot I was filming. Congratulations. I literally spaced out and forgot I was filming. So, you know that I am now 1000% comfortable with you. I was just in my own head there. That was really wild. Okay, so I can't tell you how long I was gone because I truly don't know. When I start to get this tied up, I kind of keep a piece of the thread on the outside. This is how much I need for a bow generally, for one side of a bow, so I'll keep that out. And then I'll start wrapping to hide all of this other stuff. Okay. And the arts are total zen for me, so that happens to me a lot, just completely just kind of letting it take you away. And that's a really beautiful part of art and why it's such therapy for so many people. It's why it's also very magical and can really help with meditations. And if people can't do meditations but they can do art, I'm always saying art is a great therapy to connect with that part of your body where you just go somewhere else. And sometimes we have to check out of our head in order to have balance and comfort and sanity. And I know that a lot of people can understand that and agree with it. So now you've got this part that you left out before you bound the rest of the hand to make your tie, okay? And what we need to do is we need to bring that down to where we wrapped at the bottom. So this part's bound up here. We bring that down and we're going to tie at the top of the wrist because I want the bow to be on the front of the hand, on the prettier side, okay? On the top of the hand. One side's longer, that's okay, it's going to happen. So the longer side is the one side you want to make all the bowing with, right? Like this side, just tie half of your bow, and the other side do all the loops and swoops and dupes and whoops, you know? That way the shorter side will still have enough to make the edge of the bow. And again, too little is never going to be good, but too much is okay, you know. You can always cut more away, but once it's too short, you can't, you know, fix that. Now, if you wanted this to be super permanent, double knot it, but sometimes that can make the bow look wonky, so it's up to you. Now that these are done, I believe my Yule / Christmas tree has got everything on it that I'm going to have DIY-wise, so I can show it to you. Maybe I'll show it to you in the morning or later tonight. And I always cut them at an angle rather than flat, just so they look a little bit more done up. And there you have it, my friends. So pretty, so lovely, and all of that garbage is hidden on the back. It's just under there, you know? Yeah, thanks for coming back here with me, Jen the Taxidermy Witch, while we made some lovely, just lovely Yule and Christmas taxidermy. Yes, that's right, me taxidermy DIYs. I'll see you guys soon. Have a beautiful evening. Bye.